morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Beautiful Saturday here in Los Angeles. I'm in the garage. As I promised, I'm gonna record some more videos on the Corvette, my C5. Right behind me, we are going to replace all the spark plugs, and I'm gonna show you what parts I have purchased for this job. I've never done this job, and I'm gonna tackle it myself. And the steps as far as what to do and how to do it. And so let's get back to work. All right, here are the parts and tools I have purchased for this project. So of course we're doing spark plugs, so I purchased 8 spark plugs, NGKs from Amazon. Everything has been purchased from Amazon. So I also purchased the spark plug wires, and the reason for that is I have not replaced the spark plugs on this car for a while. I don't think the previous owner ever did it. I actually tried it a couple of nights ago, tried to pull the wires out. They're kind of stuck. So just to be on the safe side, I purchased these just in case if anything gets ripped or I have to damage. But overall, we're going to inspect everything and possibly replace, since I already bought them. Not too expensive. I spent $40 on these. And what brand are these? AC Delco. AC Delcos. They were not too expensive. I know they're not the best out there, but they will do the job. They're like around $40–45. Of course, the lubricant, we're gonna put that around the edge, a little bit over here, around the edges. And I also purchased these heat shields or heat covers. I'm gonna figure out or find out how we can use them, if they're gonna look nice, if they're not gonna give me any problems. I may install them, I may not install them, but I just got them just in case. And also here is the information on the wires, just in case you guys need to order. And this tool right here, as I mentioned earlier, I was trying to pull out 1 or 2 plugs, or cables, I mean, and they were just stuck. I just couldn't. And there is enough room, but not much to for me to yank the plugs out, the wires. So I purchased this tool just to be on the safe side. I don't want to damage anything by just keep pulling cables. I'm gonna try it, test it. I've never used this tool, so hopefully it will be helpful. And of course, my basic toolbox. I do have a spark plug socket over here. This is this one does have a magnet inside to just grab the plug and pull it out. And some other I believe I might need these, but I'm not sure. Once we start tackling this work, I will let you guys know. I don't really have anything special, just a standard toolbox. So, all right, we're gonna secure the car. Coming back here. All right, few simple steps to follow for safety. I already have removed the beauty covers. They're very simple to remove. On this side, you kind of have to remove the oil cap right here, but you just kind of yank them out. I will show you guys. They have like 2 or 3 pins in the back. I show you once the job is done how to put them back on. Very simple on each side. Again, for this side, you have to remove this to be able to release it. Always disconnect the battery, which I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side. Even though, I mean, this is, just a spark plug job, but I just wanted to be safe. I don't want any accidents. So just disconnect, always disconnect the battery. And also I have these protectors for the fenders. As I'm working here, I'm leaning on the car. I don't want any scratches, so I have them on both sides. Always a good idea to have them if you don't want any scratches. Make sure you don't wear any, jeans with belts or anything like that. You don't want to damage your fenders. Anyhow, let's get the tools, or actually that one single tool that I purchased. And as I mentioned, I was trying to tackle those wires, or pulling those wires out, but they are stuck. I'm not able to pull them out with my fingers, so I figured I'd buy that tool just to be on the safe side so I don't damage anything. Maybe we can use the same wires, maybe I can just replace them, depending on the condition of the wires we have here. Anyhow, let's get the tool and let's get back to work. Quick announcement, guys. Sorry for this interruption. I have lost the clip for replacing the spark plug on the passenger side. I can't find the video. I took multiple videos and I'm editing the whole thing today. Just wanted to remind you guys, sorry for the confusion. The other side that I'm working on is exactly the same as the passenger side. And I also found out, based on my struggles, there is a plastic tool that you can use to release the top portion of the spark plug wire from the coil. You just kind of put it in there, release it, it comes out. I was having a hard time with my fingers. Also wanted to just mention that. So after I did this job, I can do this, so much easier and so much better the second time. That's how you learn. Keep watching the video. All right, and the last one on this side.
Hey, as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit with the spark plug wire. The best method I figured was to kind of wiggle it left and right and just pull it out. You may damage the wire, but that's why you have to replace them. Just wiggle it, push it out. The tool is helpful, but that corner, there's really not much room. And you should hear a clicky noise, like either when you take it out, when you push it back in, it should click. I also wanted to recap that, again, I lost the video and I couldn't really show anything in detail on this side, but once we move to the other side, I will show detailed information. However, when you plug in the cables, you make sure you hear a clicky sound noise. That tells you that the cable is securely connected at the tip of the spark plug. Pushing it in, you should hear a click. Also, I should have started from the driver's side, not the passenger side. You will see my struggles later on the video.
All right, we are on the other side. We're going to continue to do the same thing. I will pretty much, I don't have to record the whole thing, but over here, we might have to remove this hose right here. But let's find out what happens. All right, let's get to work. Less space on this end.
For some reason, as you can see, I'm trying to get the spark plug wire out from the first spark plug towards the engine side, or towards the front bumper. I'm thinking if I should remove the wire for the alternator, but it's, there is not much room to kind of put pressure on that stuck cable. Again, the best method would be to grab the head and just wiggle and pull it out. I tried it, but it just, it wouldn't budge. Now I'm trying to get that tool and just going to try to see if I can pull it out with the tool. The problem here is not enough room, of course. So especially first, not enough room. Also, if they're stuck, if you haven't done or replaced these plugs for 20 plus years, which the previous owner never did, uh, you know, if you don't lubricate the tip of the plug, as I showed you in the beginning with that electrical grease, these type of things wouldn't happen. If somebody would have done the job and if they would have done it correctly, I wouldn't struggle. But you know, I'm learning. This is my first time. As you can see, I'm trying the tool, but this damn thing is just stuck. Pretty much all of them were stuck. It wasn't an easy task. If they weren't stuck, you could just easily pull the wires out. It takes literally like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do all eight, but they were just stuck pretty hard. So I'm moving to the second one next to it. Luckily, as you can see, I wiggled and I took it out. Number two came out fairly. Here we go. It just came out. Number two and three uh, came out pretty okay. There is enough room. You don't have to really move anything at this point. The only struggle, the biggest pain in the ass part was that number four all the way by the firewall. You have to remove the hose for your brake uh, for your brake master cylinder, that black hose that I'm pointing out right there. You just have to kind of pull it out, put it to the side. Otherwise, you can't even put a socket or extension all the way down there because that number four all the way down, it's really deep. It's really down at the bottom. And I will show you how many extensions or socket extensions I have used to go all the way down there to connect to the tip or head of the spark plug. After I remove the spark plug wire, just, yeah, I'm still struggling with the first one. You kind of have, the key is you just kind of have to wiggle and pull hard. I was kind of being careful. I just didn't want to damage anything, but you know, the key is at this point, if you have new wires, just yank the damn thing out.
One out. Two out. Looks like I'm on a roll here. Cables. There's no room with this. All right, so the rest of them, the first three came out. The last one is back there. There is really not much room, so I took obviously the top portion out, but the bottom one, there's no room here. So I'm gonna remove this hose right here. We just put it back in. Maybe I just turn it this way, actually. I don't need to remove it. I'm just gonna turn it this way. I don't want to remove it.
Even though I mentioned I'm not gonna remove that hose,
So
which is connected to the brake
let's
booster
just wiggle this
or
thing.
cylinder, I'm sorry,
I
to
don't
the
know if I can
actual
do it with this
master cylinder,
thing or
which is for air. That's just the air pressure for the master cylinder. The last wire, as you can see, I'm struggling to take the last wire. There is really not much space back there. The only thing that helped was just to wiggle and pull very hard. At some point, I think you got to
there's no
damage that
room.
cable, the wire. I think I
Uh,
snapped and broke inside the wire, but it was just there was no other way to do it. I haven't taken out that hose that I'm touching right there,
move this and
but
wiggle
at some
that.
point I will take it out because uh, to to undo the spark plug itself, which you need to have like two or three different extensions. In my case, I didn't, had the exact correct tool to get down there. You have to remove that hose. That's going to be on your way. It's so much easier to remove it. Again, while I'm doing this for the first time, I'm telling you guys my struggles and what you should do and what you shouldn't do while you're working on this or doing this job. Highly recommend start from this side of the engine, start from that spark plug, uh, while you start doing the job, removing the spark plugs and doing this project. Don't
Not
start from
yet.
the other side. That was my mistake because if you start from this side and you move to the passenger side, it's going to be so much easier because this is the toughest one. The damn thing was stuck down there. And also, after I removed the plug or the cable, the next challenge was to get to the damn spark plug. If you have the proper tools, of course,
All right.
makes any job so much
Let's
easier.
just keep
But
trying.
uh, you know, it wasn't. I didn't have the proper exact tool. I put some stuff together. I did the work, but hey, uh, hopefully, if you guys do this, do it right, and that's why I make these videos. Anyway, let's go and
These pins are
see
going
how
into
I
my
took it.
finger, to my
How I
arm.
took the plug out.
These
Obviously, I just
damn
yanked
pins
it
are
out.
sharp.
I'm trying to yank it out, and then I will show you guys what sockets I have used to get down there and all the good stuff. As you can see, I'm just still pulling that damn cable. It just doesn't want to budge, and there's really no room to work. So it gets frustrating and it gets tiring.
Yeah,
But hey, you just have to try it. Hey, look, I took
finally.
it out. It was
Whew.
difficult to
All
do
four
this.
are out. Now we gotta get the spark plugs out. All right, so I'm gonna take out the spark plugs. This one is kind of hard, sitting fucking like. Okay, God, they torque them so much. Again, a lot of people don't understand when they work on cars, including some mechanics. They just don't realize like they shouldn't be torquing these spark plugs so much. There is a chance that you can break, and once you break one or just break the thread in there, it's just gonna be a mess. Okay. Nice and slow. Okay. Another one. It doesn't look too crazy, but you know, gotta be replaced. No, gas or no fuel here, which is good. Just a little burnout for oil, but that's perfect. Let's get a new one. Putting a new one back in.
All right, it's very important when you put the spark plug back in to just basically make sure, use your fingers, use your hand, don't use any tools, spin it freely, make sure it goes all the way in. And you don't want to force the spark plug to go in. You don't want, you want to make sure it's not, you're not having a hard time putting the plug back in or spinning it at least. Don't use electrical tools. The torque spec, I want to put a chart on the screen. For this car, I wouldn't
All
recommend
right, that's all
anything
in.
higher than 12 uh,
Let's get the next one
foot-pound on
out.
the spark plug. Either you can use your, hand and feel it, not too hard, but somewhere between 10 to 12 foot per pound is just the correct torque spec for this job. Again, if you have the right tools, it's difficult to put uh, to
Oh,
torque
good Lord.
the plugs in, in that area.
Oh my God,
I
it's
don't
so
have the
hot.
right tool. I do have much larger tools that won't fit down there for me to check the torque spec. But if you're using feel it without, if you're just using a regular socket, just feel it. Don't spin it too hard, and you don't want to cause any damages.
It's
So
like at least
I'm going
like
to put
25,
the
30
chart on the
pounds they put
screen
in here.
for
I don't know,
you,
I'm surprised that
so to see what
they
I,
didn't
the actual torque specs, if
break
you do
anything.
have the right tool that will fit down there.
You kind of want to just snug it in, not to put too much force. Nice and slow, nice and slow. This side is much more drier compared to the rest of them. This was very dry. Stuck. All right. So I have a little bit of visibility here. Just a little bit. I don't know if you guys been able to see, but that's where it is. Okay, again, snug it with your hand. Then we torque it later, or just kind of use the wrench and just a little bit pressure. I keep repeating myself, but it's important. See if I can put the camera in this angle. Idiot. Okay, I'm gonna take out number 3. Number 3 is in that location right there. Number 2 right here. And of course, number 1 right there. Sorry about the wires and hoses. It's difficult to see, but obviously once you take the wires out, you know exactly where they are. You can see the tip of the plugs. The last one is right down there, and I think that's going to be a pain to get. It's that one right there. So just wanted to show you guys. Again, I'm putting the camera down here, but you may not have visibility to see what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I don't. I will show you guys step by step, but there's really not much. I mean, once you know the locations, you just slowly take them out. All right, let's do this. All right, let's see. Goes in. The good thing is there is more. Looks like there's more room here, especially on the first 3. I didn't have any issues getting the plugs out. Honestly, it was not too bad. All right. God damn it, it's stuck. Ah, fuck. Good Lord. Feels like they torqued this for like 100 pounds. And I hope it doesn't break.
As you can see, I'm struggling with number 3. That damn thing was
Oops.
torqued, I don't know, maybe 50 or 70 pounds. Again, I'm not sure if somebody replaced these plugs before,
Change the positioning.
or they were just stuck. And at the same time, you have to kind of be careful not to break anything inside. But man, they were either stuck or just torqued so much higher than they should. So yeah, struggling with number 3, trying to get that out.
This damn thing is on the way. Whew. Okay, I can release it with my hand. Yep, nice and slow and smooth. Alrighty. New plug's going back in. Okay, last one. I think last one is going to be a challenge because I am not sure how to get to that one all the way down there. Just so you guys can see. Man, last one is down there. And I need something to be able to open it up here somewhere. There is no room. There's no room. There's hardly any room down there. It's a challenge for sure. I'm going to tackle that one and come and get back to you guys. Man, that last spark plug kicked my ass. I'm going to show you guys why, and maybe when you start, I wish I knew, I would have started with that last one because it was just so difficult to get. Maybe I don't have the right tools, but I put something together and managed to get it out. But man, it just, I've replaced many spark plugs on many cars, and this damn thing, the one on the driver's side all the way by the wall, the firewall, the most pain in the ass to get out. So here's what I did. Well, the first thing you kind of have to do, and this is what I did, I removed this vacuum hose from here because it's just impossible to get all the way down there. That's number one. And then I made up, kind of put together all these extensions, literally like 4 extensions, as you can see right here. There's this one piece to be able to get it all the way out here somewhere, and there is this piece, the second one. Then there is this twisty thing that was a pain in the ass to stay in one place, and of course the socket at the bottom. So and I was very careful. I didn't want to push too hard, and but I managed to get it out, but it was very difficult. If you have something better than this this piece right here, I don't know what it's called, but maybe that it will stay and turn or move much better, much smoother. That would be really helpful. But anyhow, I managed to get it out, and that's how I did it. And once you're in there, to get that bottom piece spinning, you kind of have to move towards this angle. Again, if you have the right tools, that you can actually go down straight like this and turn it, that's great. But I just couldn't do it with the tools I have. Maybe I don't have the right tools, but just a heads up, man, this last one was a pain to get out for me. If you're starting this job, this project, start from the driver's side. Start from this part. Once you get that thing out and put it back in together, the rest are, compared to this one, piece of cake. I still have to put it back together. I just took the spark plug out. I still have to put it back. This spark plug is actually cleaner than any other spark plug that I took out. This is the old one. Looks pretty nice and clean. Well, cleaner than the other ones. I mean, still looks used and beat up, but Man, now let's get a new one and put it back in there. Shit, this is gonna be another challenge. I was just going to do a close-up to so you can see what I was talking about. Again, I don't have the right angle at the bottom, so it's spinning halfway and it just keeps stopping, so I'm not happy about that. Just make sure you have the right one. I guess having the right tool is really helpful. Probably huge help to have the right tool. So that's what I have been doing. I'm putting a brand new plug back there. Let's go back a little bit. So just showing you guys what I had to deal with. Close that up, and that's the last spark plug. Actually, I'm gonna snug it in and put the wires back on, and turn the car on, and hopefully nothing explodes and burns or whatever the case is. All right, we'll be right back. All right, I closed all the spark plugs. They worked on them. Now it's time to put the wires back in. Lubricate it, also inside as well. The key is that we want to make sure we click in. Well, the job is done. Car is on. Make sure you put back the cables on your battery. Obviously, you can't turn the car on. Make sure you put the vacuum hose back on there, the one that I took out to take the damn last spark plug out. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It was challenging. A bit of a challenge with a couple of spark plugs. It's definitely doable as long as you have the right parts. Unfortunately, next time if I do this, I will make sure I have the right parts, especially for the last two, especially the other side, the last plug by the firewall. Anyhow, I hope you like this, these type of work and videos and DIY stuff that you can do, work on your own car and without paying other people to do the work. Save some money. And as far as the cost, spark plugs costed me like around $40 on Amazon, another $40 for cables, and the grease, the lubrication grease, was somewhere around $7 to $8. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I already have tools, but next time I'm going to be more prepared to have better tools to do the work faster, better, not work hard, but work smarter, not harder. Anyhow,
I hope you like this video. I hope you can learn something from it and do work on your car. So I'm gonna go for a test drive, but for now I will see you guys on the next video. Please like and share and subscribe if you like these type of videos. It will really help the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel and post more videos. So have a great long weekend, and peace out.